have you seen the fight? Cris fighting Amanda Nunes. What do you think about it?
My comments is I'm extremely proud, happy for Amanda Nunes, mainly for Brazil to have now the most dominant woman champion of all time being from Brazil. I've always had this interesting connection to Brazil. I really adore that country. So I'm really happy for Amanda Nunes. At the same time, as a Christian, I'm really sad for Cris Cyborg. As a woman of God, I got to admit that I wanted her to win. And that's no knock on Amanda. They're both great champions. It was a great fight to watch.
Did you see Amanda's performance? It was so quick right after yours. And if so, what was your thought on that?
Oh, dude, yeah. I was doing an interview, and then the guy's like, hold on. Amanda just dropped Cyborg. We all just stopped what we were watching the TV. And man, that was incredible for one. For two, that's another fighter that went up a weight class. You know what I mean? I think we're starting to see a new trend in the sport. You know what I mean? There was a point in the sport for people that have watched mixed martial arts for a long time. There was a point where cut the most weight, be the biggest guy in your weight class. That was a trend at one point. You know what I mean? I was part of that generation. Whereas now it's like, okay, be the healthier fighter, be the smarter fighter. But yeah, congrats to Amanda Nunes. What a feather in her cap for sure.
Let's talk about Amanda Nunes. I mean, what a moment that was. What do you want to see for her?
You know, I said it for a long time now and leading up to this fight. This is the fight that had to happen. This fight had to happen. It was the fight to make. And this is the type of fight that builds legacies. And you realize you have to find out who is the best in the world. We were able to do that tonight. And it was an incredible fight. And look at Amanda Nunes. And you think Amanda Nunes isn't going to be a star after this? I fucking guarantee it. I promise you that. You know, place went crazy for her. And I don't know what's next. Tuesday, we'll be back in the office and we'll have a meeting and we'll figure out what's next for her.
Do you feel like, you know, beating Valentina, beating Ronda, beating Miesha Tate, and now beating Cris?
She's the best ever.
She's the best ever?
How can you deny it? You can't deny that she's the best ever. That's what this fight was for. You know, this fight was to find out. But if you look at her resume and who she's beat, she's the best ever. You can't. Nobody can dispute that. You can try and you can say some stupid shit, but she's the best ever.
Is a rematch? Does that make sense? She hadn't lost since 2005. Do you go right back to Cyborg Nunes too?
I don't think you do.
No.
No, I mean, it's a pretty convincing win.
Do you feel like there's any chance that he, you know, we're starting to, not that he's declining, but we're seeing, you know, as a slow, you know, he's not the same guy that he was when he was 27 or whatever. Is there any chance that we're seeing that now? That's what this is?
That's always possible. I don't think we saw it here tonight in this fight because, you know, not a bad game plan in the way that this thing played out for him now that it's over and he won. But we have to see from here on out. You know, the big question about Jon Jones is this. He made it to this fight. This fight needed to happen. He did not test positive for a PED. We've been through all that shit last week. We know. Now what needs to happen is Jon Jones needs to pass his drug test that the California State Athletic Commission is taking. And honestly, off the top of my head right here, I don't know if they're testing for recreational drugs or what the deal is. But Jon Jones needs to stay on the straight and narrow, stay out of trouble, stay in the gym. I would love to keep him busy this year with all the great things that we have going on right now. And we'll find out where Jon Jones is as far as timing, age, all these other things.
I didn't understand quite the thing about Jon Jones and the California Commission about possibly testing for whatever.
Well, so here's what happens. All the stuff, you know all the stuff that happened before this, the testing and all the stuff. They tested him in California too. But there's drug tests the night of the fight too. You get drug tested tonight or whenever it is. So he has to pass those drug tests too. The difference is when you're in competition, they usually test for recreational drugs too. Marijuana, cocaine, and all these different things. Jon Jones' future depends on a lot of different drug testing. This guy needs to keep passing drug tests. He needs to stay clean, stay straight, keep training, stay in the gym, keep winning, and this guy can completely turn his life around.
Okay, so what would happen if you didn't pass a test after tonight?
I'm going to kill myself.
Okay.
Cris, can you talk about, I know it's tough, but can you talk about just how special Amanda was tonight? What separates her from you?
Everybody say, oh, because Dana White say, who's the win tonight? You're going to be the greatest. You know, Amanda, okay, she's won today, but she had 4 lost. And then, you know, I have 2 lost. How she can be the greatest? And she didn't rematch her opponents. I can rematch her. I'm not the type of person quit. I never quit. I keep training. If you stop me, you need to do what she did, because I'm going to keep going. And this is my style. Everybody know who I am. Everybody watch my Muay Thai fight with urina bars. Man, crazy. And I continue doing. And I'm born for this. If she punch me hard, I'm going to try to punch you harder. This is my style fight. And I love this. You know, I'm born for this.
And last thing, just in reference to you said you wanted the microphone. Did they tell you it was time-wise? Did anybody tell you why you didn't get a chance to talk in the cage? Did you ask Dana? Did you ask Joe Rogan? Do you know what happened?
No, they just kicked me out of the cage. I think very bad, very disrespectful, because I did a lot for sport. And I was supposed to say hello for my fans and say, ciao, talk to them. I think it's not right. But okay, then did already done. You know, I can go my media, talk to my fans, say how I appreciate them, how they come to the cage for watch my fights, or how the Cyborg Nation here for watch me. You know, it's okay. You know, I just feel like I supposed to say something. 2 Brazilians fight, 2 champions, you know, and that's it.
Could you just detail what exactly was the game plan going into this rematch? Because I'm assuming obviously you approached it differently than the first.
No, I wanted to move. I want to stay light, you know, move around and like I always do basically. But yeah, after that first exchange, I couldn't follow up my game plan, and then I was more on his distance, and I was working on my boxing there. But you know, he moved around, and I couldn't really follow his movement. And no, I fought his game today.
So you and Jon had a great fight in the first one. What was the biggest difference the second time around? Did you see something different in him?
No, not really. Not really. He keeps a very high level of fighting. That's it. I was prepared for it. It was just he just caught me this time. He caught me this time, and that's it. But I didn't notice anything about if he was stronger or faster or anything like that. He went for his takedowns. He used his kicks a lot, and I was prepared for that. You know, he just had a really good move today, and he shot me down.
We asked Dana before, you know, can Gustafsson still get another title shot if things go well? And he seemed pretty open to it. I mean, do you think maybe down the road you could see yourself fighting for a title again?
Yeah, I'm not. It's not over yet. So let's see what's next. And like always, you do this for a reason, and is to compete with the best guys out there, and that's what I will do. And I will do it as long as I think it's fun. And yeah.
The first punch you hit her with, it seemed like she slipped and maybe was in trouble. Did that surprise you, the fact that it just took one punch for you to get her in trouble?
Actually, I know I hit hard. I know, but sometimes you never know, you know, things can happen. You can be like, you have to be ready for everything. And when I connected my first punch, I saw she got rocked a little bit. And I say, oh, imagine if I connected the next one. And my coach tell me, like, when you hit her the first time, you're gonna go crazy to try to kill you. And then it was exactly what happened. And that was the key of the fight. Get her to get crazy, to come forward. And then you can connect your overhand and top her jab. And then we train that over and over because we know it's gonna happen.
You came out of the cage in celebration right after the knockout. And I think you went over to Dana White, right? You went over to Dana. What did you say to him?
Come here and celebrate with me. Because I text him. I text directly to Dana White. I won this fight. Make this happen for me, please. And then he texted me back, I will make this happen for you. And that's why I went to him, and then I wanted he celebrated with me.
You and Alex had a little bit of a moment there after the fight. What did you guys say to each other?
Alex said, man, you are really good and really strong. I said, thank you, Alex. And I said, thank you for being such a great opponent. And I said, we're both only 31. You know we're going to be fighting again. And he said, yeah, we're going to be fighting again. And I said, darn it. And yeah, we're gonna be fighting many, many times. He's going to keep me on my game. and I'm going to keep him continuing to strive and get better. I believe Alexander will beat most guys in the division, but I'm here to stay. I believe that this is my era, and I'm going to own it for many years to come.
What is next, and what do you see as far as like what are the goals and accomplishments? You've already accomplished so much. What is next?
What is next is for me to keep a degree of humility and to stay in the gym. To stay in the gym, stay getting better, and to not take anyone lightly. To not let my head get too big, not take anyone lightly. There's a lot of fresh meat that is rising up in the division, and in order for me to conquer these guys, I have to stay by the fire, stay in the gym, stay knowing that I don't know everything, and that's what's the next.